Hello, my fellow over-decorated Christmas cookies. I'm Mr. Church. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Schoolhouse Bundle from the Atom Shop. We're also going to check out the bundle Coming to Town from the Atom Shop. I'm also going to be going over some of the greatest hits that have returned, some stuff that you might want to pick up while it's here. We're going to be looking at these items in-game, and I'm going to show you some tricks that you can do with some of the stuff. The first thing we're going to look at is the Schoolhouse Bundle, which comes with the Bulletin Board, the Student Combo Desk, the Cozy Winter Wasteland Photomode Frame, the Teacher's Desk Table, the Schoolhouse Wallpaper, Schoolhouse Camp Kit, Winter Wasteland Photomode Frame, Chalkboard Secret Door, dunce cap, dunce stool chair. Hello? They don't have hello? Anyway, as you can see, they once again have pictures of exactly half of the items that are in this fucking bundle. And they didn't bother putting them in the right order so you could see what any of this was. They're using wallpapers and wall kits that don't come with this bundle. They're using a lot of decorations that don't come with this bundle. And they also have some kind of who designed this roof, you know? Like, just because you can put a wall there doesn't mean you should. Anyway, let's check these things out. So first, let's look at this dunce cap, which I believe they were probably wearing while they were putting this bundle together. Now, everyone, of course, knows that the dunce cap first originated in the 16th century, and the term dunce, of course, being used to describe a follower of Duns Scotus, who, among other things, was a Scottish Catholic priest, university professor, philosopher, and theologian. He believed that the hat would funnel knowledge into the brain, and in the centuries before his followers became unpopular, it was a social sign of an intelligent person. That changed, of course, and by the 19th and 20th centuries, children who were disruptive and were considered slow, it was used as a punishment for them in a disciplinary action, you know, to punish them for not being intelligent. That's because you know how they chose, you choose. Anyway, let's not get into that. Obviously, it's been banned in certain areas in England and Wales in 2010. How forward-thinking are they? Anyway, you put it on the fool. You put it on an idiot. The idiot puts it on, sits in the corner. Now, if you want to grab the cap alone, it does come in the school furniture set. And because you know how they're really good at advertising this shit. So that's that. We're gonna take a quick look here at the photo mode frames. We have the two. One has this Yeti thing, and one of them doesn't. I don't use photo mode frames, and if you use a photo mode frame, boy, are you gonna want to pick this up. Wow. Anyway, speaking of the school furniture set, this comes with, of course, the dunce stool. I think this stool actually looks really cool. It's got like this kind of old reclaimed kind of industrial look to it, which I think is going to be really cool in a lot of that kind of architectural building. And then, of course, we have the teacher's desk, which has really nice rusty details to it. And I really, really like the student desk combo, whatever the hell it's called. I think this is a really nice item, and I've actually wondered if they'd ever add this to the game, because in classrooms around the wasteland, you do have these chairs, and you can sit in them and interact with them. I like it. I'm glad that we have this. I like it. I like it, okay? I really like it. Now, when you burn these items, they just turn yellow. There's nothing that crazy that you can do with them. But this is kind of what it looks like in a classroom setting with all the desks and the chairs and shit like that. This bulletin board is another item in the bundle. It looks pretty cool, I think. And this is what what it looks like on the front and back. Unfortunately, something that you may already know is when you put like lettering and stuff, anything thin on something like a bulletin board that's designed to hold things like that, when you relog or join a new server, all of the stuff will have sunk into it, and so you can't see it anymore. It's just it's just garbage. It's annoying and terrible. This used to say something about Jimmy's Lemons, and now it doesn't anymore, and I just hate that. There is other things you can do with wall decor, though. Something like this has a cool wooden texture on the back of it, and you might want to use that for like some old rustic sign, for example. You can use this method to place it backwards. Simply place it down, and on the other side of the wall, you can place down an item that you put on the floor. I'm using this beaker thing that's supposed to have liquid in it, but doesn't because they don't bother with quality control. And then you're just going to blueprint those 2 items only. Now when you go to place this blueprint down, you can shove it up against the wall backwards, and it'll actually stick down backwards. This will allow you, if you wanted to make like an old rustic looking sign, or even use this as your piece of wood bulletin board, but lots of cool stuff you can do with backwards wall decor, and so that is something that you can do. Now let's look at the schoolhouse kit. You can buy this kit by itself. You don't have to buy the bundle. Now, something about this kit, it is just a reskin of the ranch house kit. Now, what that means is a bunch of terrible stuff and one good thing. And the terrible things are, well, first of all, it's got these hideous-ass windows. I hate them personally. I think it kind of works in a schoolroom setting, like a classroom setting, to have windows like this, but other than that, it's just really fucking ugly, and in the ranch kit specifically, it's ugly as hell. There's also the trim around the borders of stuff. When you put on wallpaper, there's still this boxed out trim, so you can't create anything larger than one wall on the side because it has a repeating texture and it looks like shit. Another thing that I've noticed is it's got this little trim of brick all along the top here. So you put on some wallpaper, you've got this half a brick cutting through the middle there. It makes absolutely no sense. It's stupid, it's dumb, and it really makes me feel like the people that are designing these wall kits do not build in this game. And I know I've said this before, and I know it's probable that a lot of the people that do design items for the Atom Shop don't play. And I know they play, they have to play, but they don't really build. And if they build, I don't want to see what they've built. Let me put it that way, especially not if I've just eaten. So if you're going to be like designing stuff, like that's your job, and so I would imagine you went to school for like some kind of digital design, or you have some kind of art background, and you're making these decisions, it does make me question like what went wrong there. It makes me a little confused, I guess. It's ugly when it's burned, though the walls are just normal burn texture. There's nothing crazy about that. This is just what most of the walls look like when they're burned. There's not really anything neat that you can do with that. You only wallpaper the top. Like I mentioned before, it's got this stupid shit inside it. So if you want to throw wallpaper on it, it does have this. Now, this does have a wall variant that doesn't have the half trim, but it does not have a half trim-less one that is devoid of windows, or that has windows on it. So you're not going to be able to put windows on it unless you have this brick shit underneath them. There's also something interesting. You can see the interior on the outside corners. If you look, you can see the red and the white from the inside. That's pretty annoying and stupid. Details matter when you're making fucking designs, and this is a detail that has been overlooked. Now, I looked, and the ranch house has the same problem, but with the ranch house, what you're seeing is like a light wood color, so it's not as obvious, and it doesn't really, it's not that bad, because you could just imagine that that's part of the outside trim as well. But on this one, you can see there's whites and reds, which do not look good, and I don't like it. These are the half-wall variants that it comes with. There are none that have just the brick bottom part, which means you're very limited in what you can actually do with these. Now I've bitched and moaned about it, let me tell you the one good thing about this kit that it does share with a ranch house set, and that is the inside of the roof has this ceiling to it. It's this drywall ceiling, and this, up until this point, the ranch house kit was the only clean ceiling. There are a couple of similar ceiling roofs now, but none of them are clean like this one is until now. So if you don't have the ranch house kit, I actually do recommend getting this very mediocre and somewhat mid building kit just for the roofs alone, because if you're going to make a clean house, it is really nice to have clean ceilings on the inside. And if you want to see a way to make like an upstairs, downstairs, and use the ceilings as like the ceiling, use the roofs as ceiling, I did that in this build that I'm going to link in the description if you want to check that out. There's ways to use the roof inside upper floors so that you can have a ceiling in the middle of your house, and it's not just for the top ceiling, if that makes sense. This is the Chalkboard secret door. Wow, what a shock. I didn't see that coming. We've got all these little details, the stickers and stuff on it, which I think is pretty cool. You cannot place any chalk lettering on this, even if you were able to. If you opened the door, the letters wouldn't move, so you wouldn't be able to go through the door. There'd be floating letters blocking your way. So that's why you can't place those down on it, which I think is fine. It already has stuff on the chalkboard. It has an interesting way of opening that I wouldn't have seen coming, not in a million years. Also on the insides of the doorway, I noticed, even though it has this design of like books and stuff, the trim of the walls blocks it out. The trim of the walls covers up those items. And if you switch it to a wall type that's thinner, it still has the same problem. So no matter what doorway you put it in, the interior of this doorway is half obscured and fucked up. So whoever designed this item, they never like placed it in a doorway, which I find incredible. It's a fucking door. So the only time that the interior of this designed door is visible and fully like you can see what it is when you don't have it in a door, which is not something that the people who designed this would even know how to do in adventure mode. I guarantee it. But I'm going to show you how to do that. If you want to place it down on its own and use it as like a kind of like a cabinet or something. I'm going to use this this blueprint here to free place a wall. This specific one using vines I got from Vapid Valentine. I'm going to link the video where she goes over that. But I also want to give a shout out to Vapid Valentine as well. If you guys are enjoying these Atom Shop tutorials, she was the one that talked me into them, and she every single week is giving me feedback and things to look for and to test out with these things. She has a very detailed brain. She has a lot of good ideas, and she's a huge help for me and my channel. So I'm going to link her channel as well. You should check her out. And she's making lots of cool camp builds. She has one on the way that I'm excited about. I can't say too more about that or I'll get shot. But what you're going to do is you're going to take this little rug. You're going to place that down underneath it. And then you're going to snap a wall over top of it. You can attach the vines to it. The reason why we're using vines instead of catwalks is so that we can fit it inside underneath when there's already a roof. But you can use a catwalk instead of a vine. Just blueprint all this stuff, and then you'll be able to place this down. Having the rug on the bottom there allows you to place it on top of a foundation or roof. Otherwise, it won't let you. And then once we have it placed down, you can get rid of the vine and you can snap the door in. And then once you have it snapped in, you can replace that wall to a normal wall, which will allow you to then get rid of it, leaving the door behind. Obviously, I could have gotten this closer up to the wall, and it wouldn't be sticking out so far. But that's the basic gist of it. And of course, you can do this with the other doors, like the Blue Ridge locker and stuff like that. Now, you may notice as I've been uploading these Atom Shop videos that I'm usually a little bit later than maybe some other people that do Atom Shop videos. The reason for that is I'm trying to be as thorough as possible and really break down the individual items so that I can help you make as informed a decision as possible and know really what you're getting into before you buy anything. And I want to remind you guys that these items aren't just in the store for that day. They'll be in the store for like 2 weeks at least every time. Things that I'm reviewing, they're going to be there for a long. You don't have to buy it the second it's in the shop. If you want to wait a little bit longer, I will be making these videos every week, so you will have an opportunity to see that and to figure that one out. Speaking of which, you may have seen that there are still the winter Getaway bundles and the Raid Runners bundles are in the shop still. And if you don't know, I did make videos on both of those things. So if you are thinking about getting any of that stuff before it goes away, I'm going to link both of those review videos from the last couple weeks in the description if you want to check those out as well. And I want to show some of the stuff from the bundle coming to town real quick. This is like the Christmas stuff for this week. So we have the Santa Claus outfit. And this one comes with a beard, which is really nice. I mean, I would get this bundle just for the fucking beard, honestly. It has a lot of different applications to it. But I really like the Santa outfit. I actually made a Santa Claus character build last year, and it's pretty fun. It uses like a lot of the cards, you know, stuff for Santa that would work out pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to link that video, but keep in mind that with the changes to the perk cards and stuff, that build will be outdated. But I do plan to go through and kind of revamp some of my old fun builds that I did. Anyway, we also have the Mrs. Claus outfit, and you'll notice, of course, that she has lost all of her hair. Now, in this game, anytime you have a hat, and you put it on a female character, she suddenly has alopecia, which is fine to have that representation in the video games and stuff that we watch. That's good. Anyway, this also comes with this radstag, which is like he has like Rudolph nose, because you know how it's like, because he's like a reindeer, and so you know how there was like Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and stuff like that. So you also have in this situation Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen is fucking Radstag, and so you can have that in your camp if you fucking want to. Why the hell would you? I don't know. This bundle also comes with the Mrs. Claus icon and the Mr. Claus icon. Don't be deceived. These aren't Mr. and Mrs. Claus. This is Vault Boy and Vault Girl with a fucking hat on. Now, one last thing before I end the video, I'm going to show you some of the greatest hit stuff that I would pick up that I really like. That's just my opinion, though. The first thing is the fire set. This one comes with small, medium, and large flames. And these, of course, are great for all the manner of burning. You can put them on and around your build to show the flames of Mordor that have come upon you while you build. I don't know. I just think they're a cool item. They have a lot of utility in a lot of different builds. The other thing I wanted to show is the Modern Home Kitchen set. This is a really nice set, honestly. The point is, though, is they look kind of cool. If you're wanting to place the sink, you will have to go into the water tab because it actually produces water. And because of that, I need to add that you will not be able to place the sink part of this in your shelters. So keep that in mind if you're wanting to, make like a living area in your living quarters shelter. You can't do that because they didn't make one that doesn't produce water. So that means you can't put it in your shelter. You can, of course, though, have these counters in your shelter. That's good. And then these have snapping. You can turn snapping on and off. And then the issue is the wall pieces. These are in the wall decor. These ones are nearly impossible to place down. With or without a roof. It doesn't really matter. They hate you so much. Keep that in mind if you're thinking about buying them. They're cool items, but they're not fun to use, okay? The last thing I wanted to show is this juggling emote. You know how they want to sell you an item, but they don't show you what the fuck it is? Like, the emote is what your character's doing. It's not like what's going on above your head for a few seconds. That's not the emote. So, like, for them to show only that part and not what the emote actually is fucking stupid, okay? And that's where the dunce cap thing comes in handy, I think. But what this emote is you're actually juggling grenades. And they don't say that anywhere. Like, there's no information anywhere. You have to buy this and use it to see what it is. Which, that's just... it's hard to even say... One last thing, though. I said one last thing already, but this one for real. We have the Holiday Scorched in the game right now. And in the shop, of course, you can pick for free the Santatron Collectron. If you don't know, if you place this in your camp, during Holiday Scorched, he will collect holiday gifts, which you can open and they'll give you a bunch of shit, like coal and stuff. But they do have a chance of dropping like the rare plans and stuff. And you can actually go around claiming workshops, and you can place one in each workshop, and he will collect stuff. If you leave it unlocked, other players can come and take it, which is the true meaning of Christmas. And so keep that in mind. Grab that while it's there. It should be free. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members for your support. I really do appreciate it, and I wouldn't be able to make these Adam Shop videos without that support, so thank you so much. I do post exclusive content to my Patreon, and if you're interested in supporting me in that way, the link for that is in the description. If you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure you jump in the Discord. It's a great community, and I'll see you guys in the next video.